BookTube, what's up? I'm back. Today we're gonna talk about my October wrap-up and November TBR. I'm actually quite happy because this month I have read 7 books. My goal is supposed to be more than 10, but then I've been busy with work. It's not just the same as when I've been reading during the summertime. While I have work, I'm gonna have to set my goal from 7 to 10 books each month. But yeah, I read 7 books this month, and let's check them out one by one. First is Stalking Jack the Ripper by Keira Val, and I absolutely love this book. Audrey is a female character that is very, very feminist, and I love that she's fighting for what others think against women, and she proved herself in this book. Basically, this book is kind of like a thriller / mystery, and the gore here is not to my liking, but it was different. I've never read gore or any horror books before. It was a good experience for me, and I think I want to try reading more as long as it's in the bare minimum. Another character I loved here is Thomas Creswell, and I hope to see him in the next one. I give this book a 4 out of 5 because the mystery was very interesting and it was woven quite well. Next book is Keira Val by Stephanie Garber. I finally found a book that I really hate. I hated Keira Val so much. I had high expectations for this book, but it just disappointed me. This book is supposed to have a circus in it, but I don't see any circus in it. Like, there are no circus acts except for the fact when they had like a fortune-telling tent. But yeah, aside from that, no. There's no circus. Where's the carnival? I was looking for it. I really hated the main character. She was so dull. She was so boring. Insta-love is one thing that I really loathe. I don't just hate it. I loathe Insta-love. And I'm gonna be posting a full review about this. So just wait for that, where I'm super passionate about it. I gave this book a 1 star. Next I read is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. This is urban fantasy, which I'm not really a fan of, but I suddenly came to love the characters. They're all so unique and the plot twists are insane. I don't really love it that much, but it was good, it was great, and yeah, it's almost a 4 star for me. Next, I read Warcross by Mary Lou, and this book was given to me by my roommate for my birthday, and I just had to read it at once. So I think I read this in a day or 2. It was really fast. I really love this book because it reminds me of Sword Art Online, which is an anime based on a virtual reality game, and it's absolutely intense and the plot twists are also crazy. So I'm excited to read the second book, but I think it's not going to come out until next year or 2019, which is a bummer because I really want to get on with this series. I gave this book 4 stars. I've never read any of Marie Lu's writings, and this is the first one, and I'm just so happy that I read this first. Next book I read is The Dream Thieves by Maggie Stiefvater, and of course this is the second book of the Raven Cycle. This is more focused on Ronan, where he has his secrets. I love the secrets that we have uncovered here, and they're just more plot twists than ever. The magic is increasing in this book, so I'm quite worried of the third book. I don't know if it's going to disappoint or if it's going to be better than the second one, but let's see. I also gave this 3.8 stars. Next book I read is My Lady Jane by Cynthia Hand, Brody Ashton, and Jody Meadows, and I'm just so happy I picked up this book. I thought it's going to be like a cheesy historical romance, but it's actually hilarious, and the romance is just enough for me to enjoy. It's not too much. I think the first kiss that happened is near the end. I like how they incorporated like a bit of fantasy in this historical fiction. I didn't even know who these people are, and I had to Google them. So, okay, there are people like Queen Jane and Mary, which I think is interesting. A lot of authors should just do this, try to take something from history and make it hilarious and comical, and I honestly can't wait for the next book, which is My Plain Jane. I'm so up for it. If you guys haven't read My Lady Jane, I really strongly recommend that you pick this up because it's very light and funny and you won't regret it. I gave this book a 4.5 stars because I totally enjoyed it. The last book that I read is Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. I read them as ebooks, so I didn't really connect with them that well, so I had to read them again as physical books, and this is just awesome. The third book was supposed to be my favorite, but then now that I was annotating as much as I can and I was really connected with this book, I suddenly find this to be one of my favorites, and I don't know if the third book is my most favorite or is it this one. They're kind of close. Even though this is a big read for me, the next book is even bigger. It was just so fun. I read this in like 2 days. I didn't have work, so I just flew by it really fast. If you can see, I really annotated a lot, and I think this is my most annotated book ever. There are some notes in the margins. Like, I'm absolutely Hermione trash, so there's stuff that you can see like that here. And I love how cute Hermione is. Krum and Hermione 5 ever. I'm definitely going down with this ship. So I'll be leaving a full review of Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire soon. Not this week, not next week, but yeah, soon. I gave this book 5 stars because absolutely love it. Love it so much. I want to reread it again soon, but I have to go on to the next book. So those are the 7 books that I've read in October, and now let's go on to the November TBR. The next books that I'm going to read are huge books, so I'm going to have to deduct my goal. Naturally, I'm going to have to read Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix next. This will be the first time that I'm reading it because I never read this as an ebook last year, so entirely new experience for me. I know there's going to be more than the ones shown in the movies, so I'm so excited. A lot of my followers on Instagram also said that this is one of their favorites. I'm really looking forward to reading this. I'm currently reading The Language of Thorns by Leigh Bardugo, and this copy is what I got from the Fairloot October box, which is Villainous. And this is just an extra book inside that box. How amazing is that? And check out this limited edition cover wherein instead of bronze, we have ruby red foiling on it, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I also love how colorful the pages inside are, and each page has like different designs. I'm halfway through the first short story here, and I'm starting to really like this. So let's see how this ends up with. The next books that I'm going to read are the Daughter of Smoke and Bone trilogy by Laini Taylor. I've never read any of her books, and I think it's high time that I start. I was going to read Strange the Dreamer first, but I kind of want to read according to publication, if you know what I mean. So these 3 were published first, so I'm going to read them first, and then probably order Night of Cake and Puppets later on. So basically that's a total of 4 books for November. Although it's a few, they're just so huge, and I'm kind of intimidated by the pages. Like, there's so much, there's so many, and I don't know if I can even read all of them in this month, so fingers crossed. What are your November TBR? You can comment down below and maybe I'll check them out soon. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in another video. Bye! 별빛이 내린다. 샤라랄라.